On Bulletin Board this week, from youth hikes and educators' conventions to 13th Sabbath celebrations and a special feature on the upcoming Men's Congress, another big question with Megan, to the ultimate 30 seconds and adventurer family fun. You're watching Bulletin Board. Hello everyone, we missed you, and that's no lie. Hope you've all enjoyed a blessed Easter break because it's all systems go on the Bulletin Board landscape, so let's go. On the 24th of March, the Belhar youth had a prayer hike. How do they say again? You must walk before you run. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but it just came up. Moving along, about 500 Adventist educators from South Africa, Namibia, Eswatini, and Lesotho gathered in Durban for the SAU Educators Convention. On the Sabbath, 13 precious learners from the local Adventist school, Kitsley Primary, were baptized. Also, the attendees at the conference were privileged to be addressed by the Minister of Basic Education, Angie Motshekga. And on the same weekend, the 30th of March, was 13th Sabbath at Bellville SDA Church. Well, technically it's 13th Sabbath everywhere, but we're here now. I don't always get to be at my home church, so when I'm there, I love to drink in every moment of the worship service. Are you also like that at your church? I mean, like, does your home church feel like home? Just asking. Well, we just couldn't resist sharing with you some special moments from the Bellville SDA Church 13th Sabbath celebration on the 30th of March 2024. Here are 2 reasons why I loved the service. The children sang so Oulikies man, and accompanying the children on the piano is 13-year-old Timonge Nyirenda. At this point, I believe there's so much hope for our church's musical future. And then, the second reason I loved this service.
Luke 24:44 to 45. Then he said unto them, These are the words which I spoke to you while I was still with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses and the prophets and the Psalms concerning me. And he opened their understanding that they might comprehend the scriptures.
Sister Elvira Miller recited all 13 memory verses for the adult lessons for the first quarter of 2024. What an amazing blessing it was to witness her do this in her usual graceful manner. See now, just a little bit of innovation and some of the whole congregation is encouraged. It was beautiful, right to the end.
Psalm 27 verse 14, and this is this morning's text. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. And this is the 13 verses. May God bless you.
And then, just this past Friday evening at 18:30, the CC Me initiative of the Cape Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Okay, I don't understand this CC Me story, no, the concept. So is it Cape Conference and then a colon and then me? But now I understand Cape Conference and me, but what is the colon? What is the point of what is the purpose of the colon? Is it to show the relationship between the, I'll have to make another WhatsApp call. Anyway, Clifford Goldstein, the long title incoming, editor of the Adult Bible Study Guide at the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, gave some insight into the Adult Bible Study Guide. Did you watch it? How was it? Let us know. If you wanted to, you could have started and ended your Sabbath day in a very special way this past Sabbath. At 0700, the Cape Conference Women's Ministries Department held a prayer service with Ravonia Fortuin leading out. And then from 1700 to 1800, Pastor Peter Delbach and Pastor Penny Brink led a talk on how to conduct personal Bible studies at the Theology Building at the Heidelberg College of Higher Education. So, this next one is currently happening. The Cape Conference 21-day PIFOH Challenge. I couldn't get past the PIFOH acronym, so I reached out to our fact checker for some facts, and he delivered. So, the P stands for plant-based diet. IF, intermittent fasting. The O for olive oil, 2 tablespoons of olive oil per day. And the H, high impact interval training, 2 to 3 times a week. Can we quickly just go back to the olive oil story? Did you guys also do those oil treatments back in the day with the olive oil, with the ShopRite packet swirl under the hairdryer? Or did you also put 2 or 3 drops of olive oil in your last rinse for your hair before they put in the blue and the pink rollers? Oh, nobody. Okay, it's just me then. Anyway, there's an important disclaimer. Please check with your healthcare provider before starting any new eating or exercise program. For this week's Bulletin Board feature, our resident fact checker was in top form this past week. Russell asked a few men whether they are going to the Men's Congress in May. Let's check out their responses. We promised them anonymity. Never reveal your sources and so on. Good evening, Brother Russell. Yes, I will be attending the conference for many reasons, but I will mention, number 1, to be changed as a man, to stand for what is right at all times, and number 2, being advised on medical issues. I will be attending because at the men's camp, we as men have a time of our lives where we press together in songs and prayers, where we are expecting to leave with a renewed, let's put in the word fervor, to be men who will go with our family and finish the work, men of faith. Check out this response. These are some of my thoughts. To fellowship with like-minded men, to experience and learn what Adventist men is all about and their role in the church and communities. Also, to get to know what my purpose is as a Christian man. And lastly, to have an encounter with Christ and to find out what his purpose for my life is. Let's get one more. We as men, we are so occupied with many things and we neglect ourselves, trying to please or make other people feel good. I'm expecting highly spirited services, not neglecting the physical needs, challenges we are facing as men, men's health issues that affect our families. Men's health came up more than once. I hope the organizers are listening. So in our last bulletin board, we reminded you that the deadline for the registration for the Men's Congress was 1 April. And true to form, not me wondering on April Fool's Day whether the men have remembered to register for the Congress. And of all people, look who pops up in my feed with such an encouraging message for our men.
Hi there, gentlemen. Are you ready to stand up and make a difference? I am standing in the tent where everything will be happening. Join us at this year's Men's Congress 2024, where we will come together to inspire, empower, and support each other as we work towards being better men in our communities, in our churches, and our families. We have handpicked powerful speakers to make this event more impactful. This is not just an event, it's a movement. Together, as men, we can redefine what it means to be a man of God. Let's break down barriers, challenge stereotypes, and create a community of men who will stand up for what is right. Raise your voice and be part of something bigger than yourself. It is time to stand up and be counted. Register now and put down your name to be part of this great initiative.
Stand up and make a difference. Inspire, empower, and support each other. Better men in our churches, communities, and families. Redefine what it means to be a man of God. This Congress is going to be life-changing. You know, no? I once attended a Congress. Okay, it was a youth camp in Jeffreys Bay. I was told, just go. It could very well change your life. And so I went. And it did change my life. But then I changed it back. Long story. But back to the Men's Congress from 3 to 5 May. I'm not going to say it could change your life. I'm going to say it will. How are you with making choices? Well, Megan has a choice for you. Don't move an inch. It's time for the big question.
Hi, welcome to The Big Question. My name is Megan and we are joined by
Nadia.
I have one very big question for you today. Which do you prefer, gluten or lentil patties?
Lentil platters.
Wow. And what do you like eating with your lentil patties, or how do you like eating your lentil patties?
Usually we usually make them on a Friday. It's like a day we usually make them, and then we buy the rolls and then we put the patties on. So we have I don't know. It was my mom who figured out that recipe. She boils the lentils and then she adds some flour, eggs, and salt, and then we fry them just like how you make the patties. You know that, and then we put them on the roll, and we like eat it every day. It's like it has become something like a family tradition because eat them every single Sabbath.
That's amazing. I love lentil patties. What's your favorite sauce to go with it?
I eat everything with ketchup.
Wow, that's amazing. Please join us next time on The Big Question.
I'm not sure, hey? I grew up with gluten every Sabbath, made from scratch. And I've been making lentil patties for as long as I can remember. It's hard to choose. And you? Gluten or lentil patties? Join us next week for another big question. I love activities that bring out the best in us. For some of us, it brings out the beast in us, but okay, this is a forgiving space. AY Good Times is hosting the ultimate 30 seconds. Now, 30 seconds already gets my anxiety going, but adding the word ultimate makes me wonder just how high the stakes are going to be. You thought I was going to tell you a story about 30 seconds? No, not today. Find a friend. Go to the Ultimate 30 Seconds on the 13th of April 2024 at Athlone SDA Church, and then send us your 30-second stories. And then on the last day of the PIFOH challenge, when your fitness, physique, spiritual and mental fortitude is at its peak, Take a leisurely drive through to the Mitchell's Plain Seventh-day Adventist Church for their Adventurer Club Family Fun Day. Your 50 Rand contribution will get you a vetkoek, a juice, an ice cream cone. They don't say if there will be ice cream in the cone, popcorn, and a sweet treat. Yeah. I realize you can't so much just dive in and eat everything, especially since you've been having 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil for the past 21 days. So, err on the side of caution. Buy for a friend. In news from our channel, did you watch episode 7 of Him Along season 3 this past Friday? If you haven't, do yourself a favor and go and collect your blessing there. Such rich experiences shared by Mr. and Mrs. Markwe, so relatable and so true. Incidentally, this was the 34th episode of Him Along. Do you have a favorite? Let us know. And thank you for watching the premiere with us every Friday evening. We love watching with you. There's also other news that Bulletin Board now has a production assistant, but you didn't hear it from me. And that's all we have for you on Bulletin Board this week. Join us next Monday at 1900 for the premiere as we take another look at the Bulletin Board. My name is Lisa Marie Smith. 'n lekker week vir almal. Dis onibona next time.